Sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things and what you're doing. In my head I bring a picture. Since I coming home, well my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come over? Some making a fool out of me. Why don't you come over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie, Valerie. Did you have
very especially to those of you joining us via Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. A very warm welcome to all of you to the initial public offering investor forum of Exterminators Limited. My name is Litmal Jayawardena, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be your host this afternoon. A pioneer in its respective field, Exterminators Limited is proud and absolutely thrilled to convey some exciting news to you today. The brand consistently aspires to ensure quality standards of living to its customers by ensuring protection against life-threatening pests and microbes, while also ensuring eco-friendliness and sustainability. Since its humble beginnings in the year 1998, Exterminators Limited has overcome many obstacles, going from strength to strength to become the market leader. With over 8,100 customers served within the past 5 years, over 1,000 recurring contracts, 59 local and international awards, and over 100 years of combined industry experience. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to introduce you to the members of our head table. To my immediate left, we have Mr. Chandana Vijay-Sundara, the Vice President, Investment Banking, Atara Capital Partners. Mr. Rohan Seneviratne, Managing Director, Atara Capital Partners, Managers to the Issue. Mr. Marlon Ferreira, Managing Director, Executive Non-Independent Director at Exterminators Limited. Mr. Charminda Ratnayaka, Chairman, Non-Executive Independent Director, Exterminators Limited. Mr. Travis Ferreira, the Director of Business Development at Exterminators Limited. And last but not least, Mrs. Suhania Ferreira, Non-Executive Non-Independent Director at Exterminators Limited. That's the members of the head table for you. And now to quickly take you through a quick flow of events for today's proceedings. We have a few speeches to take you through the journey of Exterminators Limited, as well as the IPO announcement and instructions on how you can invest. Thereafter, we have a quick panel discussion where you can send in your questions through the Zoom chat box, so please make use of that. And the Q&A session will be conducted by Mr. Kalhara Katriarachi, Assistant Vice President, Atara Capital Partners. And now, let's take a quick look at the journey, milestones, and the finer details of Exterminators Limited.
It is a story about a company that started 24 years ago with a simple philosophy: to do the right thing the right way at the right time to make positive changes on mankind and Earth. With humble beginnings in 1998, Exterminators has come a long way to become Sri Lanka's premier environmental solutions provider, creating a more livable, safe and comfortable surrounding for all. Armed with professionalism, competency, guided by state-of-the-art technologies and a decade of industry expertise to further sharpen skill and efficiency. Exterminators have pioneered and championed the most eco-responsible and advanced products, services and business practices to live and achieve its mission, help communities across by enhancing their living standards. It is a story about commitment, innovation, passion. Exterminators' core values guide all its steps in its journey towards being a true champion of what they do. Exterminators, a brand you can trust.
There may be many companies to do the pest control, but our value proposition is unique because we are a carbon neutral company. Therefore, our service excellence is built on platinum triangle that encompasses environmental sustainability, corporate social responsibility, and corporate governance. Therefore, all the stakeholders, you can trust on us.
Over the last 2 decades, Exterminators have embraced change valiantly to transform the status quo of the industry. Driven by significant investments in emerging technology and research and development, we have steered our company and the industry both since 1998.
Buildmart Lanka have been working with Exterminators for the past 15 plus years. As we represent the construction industry, we need nothing but the best and reliable service providers. They have been the ideal service provider for us for the services which they render.
Exterminators deliver cutting-edge environmental enhancement solutions for households and businesses. The products and solutions are articulated, designed and invented to face any existing and emerging pest and termite challenges. Hybrid termite management technology, Smart Missile, the world's first carbon-neutral termite station. Smart Gun termiticide replenishment technology. Termatrack T3i, radar thermal moisture advanced termite detection technology, PACCP 2000 preventive pest management technology, jet nebulization disinfection technology, and ICAP microencapsulated jet nebulizing mosquito management technology are some of the innovative technologies used by Exterminators in serving their customers. Exterminators have also introduced groundbreaking digital pest control technology for the first time in Sri Lanka. The platform consists of mobile application, digital logbook, digital work orders, smart missile termite integration system, rodent bait station scanning, inventory management, customer relationship management, creating synergies via route optimization and access to cloud-based eConnect customer web portal. Furthermore, Exterminators have undergone intensive training related to preventive pest management, termite and mosquito management, fumigation, pest risk assessment, occupational health and safety, food safety, quality management and environmental management in USA, UK, UAE, EU, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, India and Sri Lanka.
We have won 59 awards for business excellence, brand excellence, industrial excellence, entrepreneurship, environmental leadership and corporate social responsibility.
Exterminators are the world's first carbon-neutral disinfection service, Asia's first carbon-neutral pest control organization, with multiple quality management standards including ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001, and ISO 22000. Exterminators are Sri Lanka's first COVID-19 SLS certified SME company and also Sri Lanka's first licensed disinfection and sanitization service provider. Exterminators were nominated as the Green World Ambassador in 2019 and the winner of 3 international awards for environmental best practices and leadership. Exterminators have maintained its carbon neutral certification for the 6th consecutive year by managing and offsetting 367 tons of carbon emissions despite their business success and operational growth. Exterminators International Affiliations certifying Exterminators world-class eminence as Sri Lanka's premier environmental enhancement technology brand.
I have known Exterminators for the last 15 years, and they are one of the companies I can undoubtedly say that is flexible and dependable. Especially during the pandemic, I remember how they provided their services free of charge to charities, to elders' homes, to other institutions.
Since 2020 March, Exterminators have helped Sri Lankans mitigate the risk from COVID-19 and businesses to get back to operation within hours by providing our specialized COVID-19 disinfection services. Since March 2020, Exterminators have disinfected over 155 institutes and many bus and railway stations free of charge. To achieve all this success, people at Exterminators are the most valuable asset to the organization. They define Exterminators. The leadership is committed to honoring their contributions and efforts each and every day by cultivating an inclusive workplace that focuses on employee well-being and safety and fosters innovation and industry leadership. Proving the success, Exterminators won Asia's first Great Place to Work certified pest management brand, created history by scoring 100% in over 20 focus areas during the Trust Index audit. With their employees, customers and all stakeholders, the journey has been a strong one, full of proud achievements. During the next couple of years, Exterminators will bring new innovations and new ways to help communities further enhance living standards in Sri Lanka and the developing and emerging world. Exterminators' philosophy is to do the right thing the right way at the right time to make positive changes for its stakeholders and the planet. Exterminators, a brand you can trust.
Ladies and gentlemen, Exterminators, a brand you can trust. And today's IPO is sponsored by Atara Capital Partners, and also they are the financial advisors and managers to the offer. And in order to kick things off, I would like to cordially invite Mr. Rohan Seniviratne, the Managing Director at Atara Capital Partners, to welcome all the well-wishers and potential investors tuning in today. Sir, over to you.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Atara Capital Partners, the manager to the issue and sponsor of this IPO, I welcome you, distinguished guests, most valued investors of the capital market of Sri Lanka. I think it is fitting that I speak a few words about our association with Exterminators, the journey thus far. We met Exterminators perhaps about 6 to 9 months back. When we got a call from the company itself, generally the investment bankers approach companies, explain the benefits of listing and convince them to embrace the capital market, but this was rather different when I received a call from the MD of Exterminators, and he said, I want to list my company. So I asked him why. The answer was not merely raising capital, but he said, I want Exterminators to be the first pest control company to be listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange. Very interesting. Then he said, I would like also to be the first pest control company to be listed in a South Asian stock exchange. So that's how we started. And then when we continued our dialogue and engagement, we found out that the companies had very good financial governance. When we onboard an SME to be listed, we look at this aspect as a matter of priority. And also, we realize that the team has a lot of competent, experienced staff members, which is also another tick in the box. So thereafter, we got going. And at the right time, during the month of December, we submitted the listing application, where we are now with almost at the doorstep of opening the subscription list. So I want to congratulate Exterminators for taking this journey thus far very successfully. Secondly, I would like to make a general point, since this program is watched by capital market investors. There is a kind of thinking that listing a SME is rather easy. I'm afraid it is not. The regulatory review process at the SEC and CSE is equal to listing a main board company. The disclosures are the same, and the reason being, there are no qualified investors for the Empower board, although originally it was proposed. It is the general investing public. To protect the rights of the general investing public, the regulators have ensured that the review process is as equal or better than a main board listing. So therefore, have no fear or doubts. This company, up to this point in the review process and even in the post-listing environment, it will be on par with a general main board or a Dirisa board company. I also would like to thank the investors who have taken the initiative since 2nd March to make their applications. We have seen very encouraging. A lot of online applications have come in through the CSE mobile app. I would like to encourage the investors to make your applications fast, because we are in a time that there can be power cuts. So therefore, rather than waiting till the last day, we feel that the IPO will open on the 14th and close on the same day itself due to the size of the raising. Rather than waiting till the last day, I would encourage all investors to make your applications as fast as possible. Not only online applications, but also the physical applications, so that you give a registrar a chance to start the process at the close of the IPO. Otherwise, when you get tons of applications, it's a bit of a nightmare at the registrar's office to do the reconciliation, and they are on a race to give your refunds by the 8th market day. So therefore, please, ladies and gentlemen, make your applications fast. I would like to conclude this note by a quote by the great Mark Mobius, who said, "The safe time to invest is when the blood is running on the streets." So good luck to you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Seniratna. And moving on with this afternoon's proceedings, I would like to cordially invite Mr. Chaminda Ratnayaka, Chairman, Non-Executive Independent Director of Exterminators Limited, to address the gathering. Sir, over to you.
Very good afternoon, dear valued stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen. It is immense pleasure to speak a few words, because my engagement with Exterminators go back more than 15 years. I still can remember, Managing Director spoke to me, and he had a passion to adopt business excellence model to his company. So from then onwards, I have seen a very successful journey of the Exterminators, because when it comes to the platinum triangle of ESG, I always say that is environmental sustainability, corporate social responsibility, and governance. From the inception, Exterminators successfully exhibited their excellence in environmental sustainability and corporate social responsibility. So today is a remarkable day that triangle they are going to fix with the governance. And I wish you all the very best. And also, dear stakeholders, I, as independent director, also non-executive director, as a chairman, I ensure to look after your interest, to look after your confidence, and always you can trust Exterminators. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ratnayaka. Up next, I would like to cordially invite Mr. Marlon Ferreira, the Managing Director, Executive Non-Independent Director at Exterminators Limited, to discuss about the strategies and the way forward, as well as the financials and valuations of Exterminators Limited. Sir, over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I take this opportunity to thank all of you for attending our investor forum. Let me start with a brief history about our industry. So we are about our company and our industry. So we founded the company in 1998 with just one person, a sprayer and a bike. The initial investment was 75,000 rupees. So I borrowed the money from my parents, and one of my friends donated 15,000 rupees. And our industry, there are about 71 licensed companies. It's a regulated industry. There are 5 main players and 1 global player. So there is a Pest Management Association in Sri Lanka. So we are the secretaries of the association. It was formed around 2018, right? Okay. And we forecast the industry to grow at 12 to 15% annually. Okay. And mainly, we focus, the services we provide is mosquito control, rodent control, termite control, disinfection, pest control, and digital pest control, and international products and brands. So our market segment is 33% is the residential market, 25% commercial, and 42% industrial. So we have about 8,100 customers, and 1,000 ongoing current contracts, and 4 market segments, 40 number of technicians, and 100+ years of combined industry exposure. And we have won 59 national and international awards. Out of the 1,000 customers, 1,000 contracts, we have 70% is contracts. Sorry, 70% is annual contracts. So we generate an income around 70 million annually. That means for a month we generate about 6 million. So the key industry factors that for our industry driving forces is climate change, increase in vector and borne diseases, increase in viral, bacterial, fungus diseases, increase in structural damage in pest, food safety issues, population growth and urbanization, rise in middle class and living standards. Post-COVID boom in the construction industry, and the future forecast on the hotel industry will also have a boom in our industry. Actually, this is a recession-proof industry. So the competitive advantage in our industry is we are the customer and employee-centric culture. We are international trained, competent team, internationally certified company. We are a great place to work certified company. All services provided by us is 100% carbon neutral. We have won 59 national and international awards. We use novel, innovative products and solutions. We are a technology-driven pest control company and an environmental enhancement technology company. So we use digital pest control and mobile apps. We have a customer web portal, and we have the Exterminator standards. Today, we are recognized as one of the Sri Lanka's premier SME brands. We have won the SME Brand Excellence Award for 9 years at a stretch. So again, if I talk about the services, we provide integrated pest management, integrated termite management, digital pest management, sanitation and disinfection services, washroom and hygiene products, non-chemical energy saving pest control products, and local manufacturing. So our company was incorporated we started the business in 1998 and we incorporated the company in 2004. So we received the first international certification in 2008, the ISO 9001, and the second international certification in 2009, the 14001, and third ISO 18000 in 2010. We became the first carbon neutral certified pest control company in 2014. And we are a great place to work certified company. And in 2022, we are planning to list in the Colombo Stock Exchange, just 1 week away. So leadership. So we are our management team. There's about 70 years of combined experience. And the technical team, over 50 years of technical combined experience. And the directors, all of us, we have about 100 years of combined managerial experience. Please refer page 25 up to 30 for more details. So if I take my management team, we'll start with Travis. So Travis has been in the industry for almost since 2004, for almost 18 years. He's the head of marketing. And Shani has been in the industry with us since 2010. It's almost 12 years now. She's the head of operations and compliance. Then Julian has been in the industry with us since 2017. So he's the manager of finance. Angela joined us in 2017. She's the manager of HR and admin. Tharandu joined us in 2009. He's the business development manager for Southern Province. And Sajid is the Kandy branch manager. He joined our company in 2006, and we started the Kandy branch in 2007. So if I little bit touch about the objectives, the objective one is setting up a branch network. So we're planning to set up 3 branch networks in Sri Lanka. One is in Ambantote, and one in other in Southern Province, and another in Central Province. So we'll be finishing all these projects by before January 2023. So regarding this matter, there is no challenge whatsoever. We try to our best to finish it before that. And when it comes to investment, equipment, and vehicle for Colombo and Kandy branches, we have already begun the process. We have already reserved the payments for advance payments to purchase vehicles from Mahindra and company. They were actually brand new vehicles are available with them. So there is no problem with the current vehicle situation in the country. So when it comes to investment, local manufacturing, we manufacture 3 products actually. One is the smart missile, one is the smart guard, and we are going to manufacture a new product called Beta, a RODM-based station. So out of those 3 products, for 2 products, there is no problem regarding raw material. So we'll be using the recycled material available in Sri Lanka. So only for one product there is a problem, the current situation in the country. So we have the stock up to about another 8 months. So we have enough time to get the raw material by, I think by July, the Sri Lankan problem will be, I think it will be okay. The third is to set up a retail business center and a call center. That's in Colombo. We'll be using a premier business center to display all our products and to enhance our service by recruiting. There'll be more people joining us for marketing purpose with the new expansions now. So that there is no challenge in that. The current situation is no challenge for that also. The final one is the international products and brands. Actually, we have estimated about 8 million. There's a challenge there actually. But our products are actually essential products. The products we did an order in November. First time it was rejected by bank. Second time it was approved because we need it for dengue control. So we did an order of 1.8 million and received the goods in February. So I think we have the stock for about another 3 months. By May or June we'll need to place the order. The other final one is the settlement of the IPO expenses. Those are objectives. And our future plans, we are planning to move into short term and long term, set up branch in Maldives by end of this year, early next year, and Seychelles and Botswana in 2023. We already started the process regarding this matter. And we'll be starting the international franchise in also for countries, like the Pacific Island nations, Central Asia, Africa, East Africa, countries like that. So under the Exterminator standards, we'll be expanding to those areas where, so in the countries so that we cannot directly set up branches. And finally, we are planning to create an advanced technology brand by setting up a platform to purchase products, which are like Daras and places like that, pest control products, safety and hygiene products. So anybody can purchase those products online. So there is no company like that. And by end of next year or the following year, we'll be diversifying into fumigation and waterproofing business. I'm done. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, Chandana will take you on regarding with the financial matters. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marlon. Good afternoon to everyone who is in this session. In the next couple of minutes, I will take you through the financial performance of the company and how it will going to be look like in the future, and how we have arrived on this IPO prices and the values. So basically, as Marlon explained, the company's revenue comprises of mainly pest control service income and the product sales income, where the product sales income is in a normal situation is about 5% of the total revenue, where the COVID-19 outbreak has impacted to drop the revenue, but in a normal situation it will range around 5% of the total revenue. The service income mainly coming from general pest control services which are provided for the commercial sector as well as for the residential sector, and it includes also the termite control, rodent control and all those activities. Apart from that, the termite control segment also contributing significantly to the revenue of the company, where pre and post construction termite services are carried out, and there's a special kind of service where there's a termite replenishment system which is developed by the company, which has some advantage or the competitive edge over the other players, where the company has that special type of service segment for the high-end customers. And also the disinfection and sanitization revenue has started to kick in with the COVID-19 outbreak, and it has been significantly contributed to the revenue of 2021. But in the forecast, we have assumed it to be declined because with the situation is becoming eased out, and with the vaccination and all the things, we are expecting the disinfection requirements could go down in the coming years. So if you look at financial year 2021, the company was able to record a 17% revenue growth and record a net profit of about 13%, where the contribution is from both disinfection and other pest control activities, and product segment has lower or the very minimal contribution to the total revenue. But going forward, the forecast is basically we have factored some growth in product segment, where the opening of commercial and residential premises, especially the offices and restaurants, hotels, etc., will create a new demand for the revenue product sales. And again, general pest control segment is expecting to grow because there will be some additional service demand from the segments like hotels and offices. And disinfection revenue, as I said, it will decline gradually. Overall, we have factored 9% growth in the revenue for 2022, where the company is on course to achieve that by 31st December. They have already recorded 90 million revenue with a profit of about 16 million. And going forward, the revenue growth is factored around 17%, 19%, 21%, and 15%, with the inclusion of revenues to be expected from the branches, because there will be 5 branches altogether after 2023. If you look at the percentages, each branch might contribute about additional 3 to 4% revenue, where the company is very confident that they will achieve that. Also, when it comes to the gross profit margins, we have maintained it in the range of 60 to 70% in the forecast, where the actual, the historical figures are in the average range of 74%, but considering the cost escalations and maybe to be a bit competitive, we have reduced the margins and brought it into a reasonable level. And with the increase in the profitability, gross profit levels, we are expecting the net profits to grow, because admin expenses after 2023 is going to be settled down, and we have factored about a 10%, 7.5 to 10% growth. And apart from that, sales and distribution expenses is about 12 to 15% of the growth is about 12 to 15%, which is to be accommodated the expected promotional activities and all other advertising related matters. And it also includes the salaries of the marketing team as well. If you look at the financial position, the equity is expected to grow gradually with the profits that are going to be recorded, and there will be a reasonably healthy level of return on equity and return on asset ratios. So that's it about the financial forecast. I think in the Q&A session, if you have more questions, you can obviously ask from us. Based on that, if we move to the IPO related high-level information, the company is expecting to raise about 60 million rupees from the IPO. The share issue price is 6 rupees. They are issuing 10 million shares to dilute their current holding to 80%. So the IPO stake is 20%. At the discounted cash flow valuation method, which we have primarily used because as you see, there are no comparable peer companies in the CSC listed in the pest control segment. So we have primarily used the discounted cash flow method. There's 17.5% to the DCF value arrived, and at the forward P multiple, it's around 11.7 times. So IPO funds, as explained by Marlon, it will be used for the future growth. Those targets can be achieved because with 5 branches around the country, the company is very confident that those targets can be achieved. So there's a basic highlight about this IPO. So post IPO, there will be 20% held by the public, and there's 2% already. 2% stake will be there in the hands of employees, which is already issued, and those employees are holding those shares, and the promoter shareholders will hold about 78%. So that's a basic highlight about the IPO. And if you have further questions on these areas, we are ready to take them up. With that, I can conclude this segment, and we will move for the other proceedings. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ferreira and Mr. Vijay Sundara. And now we would be moving on to the Q&A session, which will be conducted by Mr. Kalhara Katriarachi, Assistant Vice President at Atara Capital Partners. So please send in your questions in the Zoom general chat box, and we'll be happy to entertain those questions.
So thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, Marlon and Chandana, for that very insightful presentation on the company. So, moving forward, Marlon. Yeah. So first of all, I do have a question for Marlon. So Exterminators started 24 years ago with a capital investment of 75,000 rupees and a Bajaj bike. During its journey, it has faced many hurdles, both economic and internal. Through your dedication, your hard work, and your team's excellence, you have been able to overcome and been able to create a brand that is trusted by all the major players in the industry. Right? And Exterminators brand name has high recognition, both local and global. So you are now at the last stages of listing your company, and you are about to enter into a new journey. So Marlon, how do you feel?
I feel fantastic.
So that's great to hear. That's very much great to hear. So we at Atara Capital Partners also feel very much fantastic and honored to be part of Exterminators' journey as well. So at the moment, we have been receiving multiple of questions, and I warmly welcome other attendees also to share your questions and any other information that you might want through the Zoom questionnaire. So to start the Q&A session, I think this has been a buzzing question throughout the Q&A polls. So I'll direct this to Chandana. Okay? Chandana, like yesterday night, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka devalued their currency or let it free float up to 230. So many of our attendees are asking, what is the impact of this devaluation? Is there an impact? And if there's an impact, whether it has been calculated to the valuation and forecast financials?
Yes, before that I will explain how this currency devaluation will impact the company's cost. Out of the total direct cost, it's about 30% of coming through the cost of chemicals, and relating to the product sales, yes, there will be a cost escalation because those products are mainly brought down from overseas. So yes, there is a impact to the company and the future. There are two solutions for this. One is when the cost increases, the company will have to pass it with the pricing to the customers. And anyway, in our forecast, we have factored this increase because if you see the gross profit margins expect to come down gradually, which also shows this cost increase. So yes, those things have been considered, but if there's any unforeseen fluctuation, yes, those costs will be actually factored into the final pricing where the company will be able to maintain the margins.
Right. So there's another one actually buzzing up. So that will also go directly to Chandana. Of the revenue generated by the company, how much percentage of the total revenue is considered as recurring revenue?
Yes, over the time, companies has been able to gradually increase this recurring revenue, and as of present, it's about 65 to 70% of the revenue can be generated from the recurring revenue activities. That is also an improvement to the position as of 31st December with new contracts being awarded. The company is in a solid position to continue the revenue flows, and those contracts are running up to from certain revenues within 1 year, and certain contracts going up to 2 to 3 years or 3 to 5 years. So and it's spread over about 1,000 contracts. So the risk of dependency in one contract is also low. So the company is in a solid position to achieve sustainable revenue.
Right. So I believe that just gives us a stability for the future revenue lines and all the future projections as well. Right. So Marlon, there's a question for you. I'd like to direct this directly at you since you are the main man of this organization. Okay. So how do you differentiate your service against other players in the market?
Actually, we focus on a high-end niche market. Mainly we focus on the quality of the service, not the price.
Okay.
So actually, we want to create set up our brand as a blue ocean company, you know.
Okay.
So mainly, there's a top 5 players in the industry, and we're focusing on the high-end niche market. So we have done so many things, you know, by the certifications, training, and all sort of stuff to create a benchmark in our industry.
Right. Okay. So that means you do have to compete with other players in the market, and you are providing a very quality service compared to others. So what kind of training do you give to your employees, and how do they run the organization? What part do they take?
Yeah, actually we have trained internationally. We are trained in Australia. We have got a team trained in Australia, USA, England, Malaysia, Thailand, UAE, and India. So we have covered all the aspects of pest management, termite management, fumigation, and now disinfection also. And we are certified also when it comes to international standards. We have got all 4 certifications: quality management, environmental management, health and safety, and food safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I believe that will help for you to further provide a very quality service and to...
Yeah. One more. So we have the customer web portal. We are the first company in South Asia to introduce the customer web portal. Okay. It's similar to online banking, you know. When you talk about pest control, people think just go in and spray in a tank of chemical. It's not like that. It's more professional, right? So we have this custom web portal. We have a mobile application. We have the digital work orders. So the customer, like online banking, they can log in into their account and check everything, including invoicing, agreements, and material safety data sheets, job reports, audit reports, all sort of stuff. So we are very transparent in what we do. Instantly when you do the treatment today, within 10 minutes they can check it out everything.
Right.
So it's updated.
So the entire process is streamlined, where the customer just need to look his mobile phone and he knows what's happening.
Yes.
I believe that's helped your company also in terms of cost savings.
Yeah.
As well.
Yes.
Yeah?
My Exterminators and the customer too.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
very much good to hear.
Okay.
Right. So we are getting another question. What are the key strategies in gaining market share in the areas you have low market share? So I believe that's a question for Travis.
We'll be opening the new branches first. Central Province will be opening 1 branch. Already we have branch in Kandy. And in Southern Province, we'll be opening another 2 branches. So by opening the branches, we'll be focusing the people in that area and to serve them better.
Right, okay. So Travis, I believe there's another question for you, like with regard to products. What are the certifications and approvals given to Smart Guide Termicide Replenishment System and Smart Missile Termite Integration System, other than the certifications given for the company?
Okay, I'll take it. Okay. So we are the first. Our product, we introduced the Smart Missile in 2010. We are the world's first carbon neutral termite station. Okay, that product is mainly developed in Sri Lanka. Okay, so most probably I think we would have been the first company in South Asia to develop a termite-based station, right? And the Smart Guard replenishment system with the Australian technology. With the Australian technology, we developed the product here. We spoke to the SLSI in Sri Lanka to get a certification, but they said they cannot do it.
Okay.
All right. So so we tried our best to get certifications. When it comes to certifications, we have got all certifications. We were the first company to get the COVID SLS certification in 2020, when the country was in a lockdown and things like that. If there's any certification, we'll get it. If there's no certification, there's no way that we can get it.
Okay, I think that answers the question. Right. So there's one question on the IPO process, and I believe that is one for Rohan Senaratna. So how has the traction been so far from the investor community towards the IPO? I believe you answered that question, but this might be for a late comer.
Yeah, basically it's very encouraging. I think we opened the application process on the 2nd of March, and we have received a very good number of applications through the CSE mobile app. Some physical applications also have come. As we know, the general tendency is to give all the applications at 4:30 p.m. on the day that you hear that it is oversubscribed and closing. So there's a major at risk. So that's why I actually appeal to the investors, try to give an early start to this and get the applications in. But directly answering your question, the traction is good. Compared to some of our previous IPOs, there is some more interest, to make online applications, especially through the CSE mobile app. Yeah.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sharon, on that. Right. So there's another question. What is your key target segment? Travis, if you...
At the moment, our key target segment will be the hotel industry, and we are very focused on opening the branches in the southern and the central to focus more on that area, the hotel industry.
Marlon, anything to add on that?
Yeah. Actually, for the hotel industry, we are introducing a new product range. With the technology, we are going to create a product which is digitalized. So normally when we do when you do a treatment, nobody knows what's happening. So we are going to introduce a barcode system. For every room, there will be a system. So our guys will go and scan it from the mobile app. Okay. So then the customer knows, the hotel management knows that we did the treatment at this particular time. If we do even the rodent stations, there is a system there, digital rodent stations. So they go and scan it. So our industry, it's not transparent, right? It's not like TV or something like that. You cannot see what's happening. Because nowadays the chemicals also are very safe. There is no odor, no smell, right? So when they do something, you don't know that they did the treatment. People did the treatment. But for us, we have introduced a system even for house. When you enter office, there is a system we scan that we came, and when we go back, we do just another scan so that we have done it again. So the customer knows we were at his premises at that time we said 10 o'clock, and we left at 11 o'clock. So the customer knows how long we were at the premises. Okay, and even the stations. Normally for our premises, we say 100 stations. Nobody knows whether it's opening or not, So when we go, every station has identity. Okay, so we can scan it through our mobile app, and the system will get updated through our InConnect customer web portal, and the customer will also get a message. And we are also updated.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Malan, for that. I believe that will help you to again streamline, as I very correctly mentioned earlier. So you mentioned about smart missiles and other products that you have in your portfolio.
Yeah.
So will these products will be locally manufactured, or are you going to import
Okay.
them? What is the plan going to be?
Actually, the smart missile, which we introduced in 2010, initially we imported it. We imported it from Singapore. We paid 32 SGD, Singapore dollars. Okay. One is for the station, another 32 SGD for the bait. So in 2009, we did the first import. And in 2010, we designed it in Sri Lanka, okay? So nobody knows about bait station or anything in Sri Lanka. We did it for 300 rupees. Okay?
There's a major cost reduction. How did you achieve?
So we designed the product in Sri Lanka. Okay. We reinvented the product, and we manufactured the product in Sri Lanka. Okay? So now it costs around, at that time it would have been around 250. Now it's about 350 rupees. Even for the station, If you were bringing down today, it will be only 50 SGD. So can you see the currency? So we use for a year, we use about 5,000 stations. I won't be able to do my business now also.
Right.
Okay? Right?
Yeah. So actually, that's a very cost advantage that you are gaining. Is there a possibility that you can export this product?
Actually, we exported. We export to Seychelles.
Right. How's the traction from the Seychelles market?
Sorry?
How's the traction from the Seychelles market?
Yeah, just one resort only, but.
Right.
Okay, that was about 2 years ago. And there's another product, the Smart Guard, which you mentioned earlier, that we designed the product in 2015. Okay, that's one of the advanced products. Okay, so there are competitor products for about 200 rupees. Our products is different, You cannot compare that product. So this year, in April, we exported the product to Maldives to be placed at the Maldives International Airport. Okay, this year, last April. Last April.
Right. So you have got engaged with the international, heavy international project.
Yes. We gave the material. They did the installation, the company, and we advised how to do the installation, because we don't have a presence yet in Maldives, but very soon we'll be there.
Soon to be there.
Yeah.
So. So another question that we receive is, I believe this is one for Chandana. What is the current dividend policy, and going forward, what is it going to be?
Yes, with the ups and downs the company has faced during the last few years, the dividend policy has been varied, and there have been instances where the dividend paid, but going forward from financial year 23-24, the company is expecting to maintain a dividend policy consistently. Maybe around 20% payout ratio is something that the company may be targeted.
Right. So a follow-up question, actually. One attendee have asked this. We see a growth in the top line in the first two forecast years, but the net profit seems to be same. Any particular reason on that?
Yes, actually, if you look at the plans in 2022-23 financial year, there are major investments to new branches and the sales center, which is going to incur some overhead cost, which will not be recovered within 1 year, because when you set up a branch, it will take time to generate revenues, and even the sales center, it will take time to generate frequent or revenue to be consolidated. So in the 2023 financially also, those costs have been absorbed to the P&L, but the revenue is gradually growing, where the revenue forecast has been increased in the later years, but the cost will be accumulated starting from financial 2023. That is the reason to have the profits at the same level for 22 and 23 financial years.
Okay, thank you very much for that explanation. So Malan, there's another very special question for you, like a specialized question. Why is your company is not into stored and pre and post shipment quarantine pest control using fumigants in authorized pest control category?
Okay. So actually, I'm certified. I'm a certified accredited fumigation from Australian Quarantine Center. In 2006, I got the certification. So anytime I can start fumigation. So at that earlier days, we did the fumigation in 2006-7, but the market was, at that time the price was so low, right? So at that time we left it actually. So we left the fumigation industry in 2006-7 itself, but we're planning to come very soon with a different product, okay? Not what others are doing. It will be a totally different concept and different product. But there are a lot of restrictions. Methyl bromide, the main fumigant which is used, is being phased out globally.
Okay.
As a ISO 14000 certified company and as a carbon neutral company, we are not going to use that. Just take my word. Under any situation, we are not going to use methyl bromide. It will be a new product. Okay? So we are coming very soon with a new advanced product.
Okay. Any timeline so we can get an idea?
Yeah, it will most probably end of next year.
Okay. All right. So, Rohan, this is again has been a very buzzing question. Like not only in this IPO, in all the IPOs that has come throughout the last couple of months. Is there going to be any preferential?
No, absolutely not. It is the policy of this company. The directors have decided not to offer any preferential allotment to any targeted investor. What is disclosed in the prospectus is 50% for 40% for retailers, 50% for non-retail, and 10% for unit trust. So we will stick to what we have mentioned in the prospectus, and based on the demand for the shares, proportionately shares will be allocated. So there are no targeted investors. I'm sorry.
Okay, I think that like help a lot of retailers because that has been a key concern for this retail category. So, Marlon, I'd like to trouble you once again. Like, what are the key challenges that you face in this market, and how do you overcome these?
Okay. Actually, I have to be honest. All the challenges I faced, I have forgotten those.
Okay.
Right? To let me be honest, it is no big challenge actually. Okay. When I go through my process, I faced the challenge at that time. At that time, it would have been a challenge, but I don't feel it as a challenge now.
How is the current COVID situation treating you?
Yeah, the COVID situation is actually it's a challenge.
Okay.
Okay, but we took steps to mitigate the challenge and help the people also. During the COVID situation in 2020 March, when everyone is running away, okay, we went forward. All our guys, we went forward. We got the permits to travel island-wide. We were there when the people needed us the most. Okay, we were there when the people needed us the most at that time. We went at the disinfection of our technicians. They risked their lives, everyone. Right? So we took on the challenge. We didn't just wait. We didn't wait till things happen. Okay, we made things happen. Right? By helping the community also. Since then, we did about 70 elder zones and about 32 police stations, so many public places. Up to September that year, there was no single COVID cases reported any places we disinfected.
Right. That's quite an achievement.
Yeah.
How's the support from your team has been, from your colleagues?
Actually, the external team is fantastic. Okay, they have done things beyond my expectations. All right, so there is no question whatsoever. They have done a fantastic job. The reason I am here today is because of them. Okay.
Okay, that's actually very glad to hear coming from the top guy of the company, like where he values his employees and have faith in them. So, Travis, yeah, this is a question for you. I believe this is in your arena. So, are you practicing premier prices in the market?
At the moment, we do.
You do. How do you get business if so?
Because of the brand name of Exterminators.
And Marlon?
Actually, we have created a brand. Okay, so our goal is to do nothing but the best. Okay, in any situation we'll do the best. If I said earlier, we can do methyl bromide fumigation, but methyl bromide is a substance that has a big impact on the ozone layer. Okay, so that's the world is pacing out there. So we don't do everything. We do what is right. According to our philosophy, we do what is right, what is well, even in difficult times. Okay, so if I take example, in 2020, when we started disinfection, everybody was finding it difficult, okay? But what we did, we went and got the carbon neutral certification for disinfection. the world's first carbon neutral disinfection service. So nobody's bothered about the environment at that moment. Okay, people want to survive.
Right.
You understand? During that COVID situation, it's a survival situation. But we got the certification. We didn't put it aside. We didn't put the environment aside.
Okay, Malan, thank you for clarifying on that matter. So, Rohan, again a question for you. What is the lock-in period for the shareholders?
The original shareholders of the company are locked in for a period of 6 months, and the 10 million shares that is issued via the IPO to the general public will be the only number of shares that will be available for secondary market trading. So it's a lock-in period of 6 months for all the original shareholders.
Right. So then it gives some sort of comfort for the retailers knowing that the original shareholders won't sell their shares and move out of the company. Right. So we have time for one another question, and I will direct it to our chairman. So, Mr. Charminder, what kind of long-term benefits do you see Exterminators gaining the public listed status?
Okay, that's a very good relevant question, because my dear valued stakeholders, why you invest on Exterminators is basically to get the returns. So in order to get the returns, Exterminators should sustain profitably. So being listing, as I said, many years back, they started their competency on looking after environment, looking after the quality, service quality, etc. But being listing, they now compelled to adhere to set of governance. So today, Exterminator elevate to the next epoch of the manufacturing and next epoch of the business, that is with the governance. So with that, they will get the greater visibility. Customer get the visibility, all the shareholders get the visibility, and even the suppliers get the visibility. So when the visibility is improved, then organization will have a potential to grow their sales, because they have a lot of customers. Already last couple of weeks, I got personal calls asking about, looking at the Marlon's journey and their listing, and with that, most of the manufacturing organization, they're eager to get the service from Exterminators, because they have a confidence. Now being listing, there will be a governing company, and it's a totally transparent company. So therefore, when it comes to the revenue side of it, there's a potential revenue growth, not in local, but even the international as well. Right. Even they will go for nearshoring, they will go for offshoring, and those things, revenue will come. On the other hand, supply also see the visibility, then company can negotiate better agreements, better contracts, and get more credit terms. Then they can improve their cost structure as well. So upstream, downstream, both will get benefit, and that will secure the sustainable, profitable growth.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Jamid, on that very detailed explanation. I believe, as you very correctly mentioned, there are multiple benefits by being listed. So to conclude the event, Marlon, do you have anything to add?
Okay. Just a briefing about our industry, the potential of our industry in our country. Yeah. So actually, when we are doing a construction, we get business. Okay. After the construction, still we get business. So it's a continuous business. As I said earlier, it's a recession-proof industry. And if I compare the few countries, Sri Lanka is a population of 22 million. We have 71 licensed pest control companies. Malaysia is a population of 33 million. There are more than 400 pest control companies. And Singapore is a 5.7 million population, but it's a developed country. There are more than 200 companies. So there is enough potential for our industry to grow. Not only Exterminators, everyone in our country.
Yes, with the booming of the construction sector,
yeah,
and the increase in population, yes, we can see massive potential for the Exterminators going forward.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. So with that, we like to conclude the Q&A session of this event. So I would like to warmly welcome all of you to subscribe for the IPO of Exterminators, which will be starting on 14th March 2022. So there are multiple ways you can subscribe. You can directly apply through CSC mobile app, or you can share your application to company Exterminators located in Timrikasaya, or Atara Capital Partners located in Rajagiriya, or to the registrars to the issue CDS located in Colombo, or you can contact your investment advisor for further detail. If you need any information or clarification with regard to the prospectus or listing application, please get in touch with through IPO@exterminators.lk, and also log into our website exterminators.lk. So with that, I'd like to conclude the Q&A session for this event. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalhara. And like all good things must come to an end, today's proceedings must also conclude. But before that, just a few word of thanks, I would say, to a few very important individuals of today's proceedings. First and foremost, to each and every one of you who are tuning in via Zoom, via Facebook, as well as YouTube, as you are our future beneficiaries and benefactors. Thank you so much for being a part of today's proceedings, and also to our panelists, our esteemed panelists, for being a part of today's proceedings and despite their busy schedules, as well as Mr. Kalhara for handling the Q&A session, and also reminding you once again, as Mr. Kalhara mentioned, on how to apply for the IPO. Before the 14th of March, you must subscribe via either the CSC mobile app or through physical applications, or by logging on to exterminators.lk, and also through the Atara Capital Partners private website as well. So thank you so much for being a part of all of this, and also reminding you once again, Exterminators Limited, a brand you can trust. Have a good day. Thank you.
It is a story about commitment, innovation, passion. Exterminators' core values guide all its steps in its journey towards being a true champion of what they do. They care for the planet, they care for people, and they are passionate about what they do. Exterminators deliver cutting-edge environmental enhancement solutions for all homes and businesses. The products and solutions are articulated, designed, and invented to face any existing and emerging pest and termite challenges. They are the world's first carbon-neutral disinfection service. Asia's first carbon-neutral pest control organization with multiple quality management standards.
There may be many companies to do the pest control, but our value proposition is unique because we are a carbon neutral company. Therefore, our service excellence is built on platinum triangle that encompasses environmental sustainability, corporate social responsibility, and corporate governance. Therefore, all the stakeholders, you can trust on us.
Exterminators are Sri Lanka's first COVID-19 SLS certified SME company and Sri Lanka's first licensed disinfection and sanitization service provider, certifying Exterminators' world-class eminence as Sri Lanka's premier environmental enhancement technology brand.
We have won 59 awards for business excellence, brand excellence, industrial excellence, entrepreneurship, environmental leadership, and corporate social responsibility.
Build Mart Lanka have been working with Exterminators for the past 15 plus years. As we represent the construction industry, we need nothing but the best and reliable service providers. They have been the ideal service provider for us for the services which they render.
I have known Exterminators for the last 15 years, and they are one of the companies I can undoubtedly say is flexible and dependable. Especially during the pandemic, I remember how they provided their services free of charge to charities, to elders' home, to other institutions.
Exterminators are committed to honoring their employee contributions and efforts each and every day. That's why they are Asia's first Great Place to Work certified pest management brand. Created history by scoring 100% in over 20 focus areas during the Trust Index audit. And always treating people right amidst the many unprecedented challenges of the past, the present and the future. Exterminators' philosophy is to do the right thing the right way at the right time to make positive changes for its stakeholders and the planet. Exterminators IPO, mitigating the pest risk. The issue opens on 14th March 2022. Apply now. Exterminators, a brand you can trust.